Hello and welcome to a game between Socke and lalush. Socke will be playing as the light blue Protoss player at the lower left hand corner, and lalush will be playing as the red Zerg player at the lower right hand corner. And I believe Socke did open with a pylon and did scout with that probe, so he is going to be able to get inside his opponent's base, and his opponent doesn't really have anything but drones at the moment. Both these guys are very good players, and it appears that Socke is going to be taking a break here. He does have on average about half the APM of his opponent, but that is not to say that he is falling asleep at his keyboard, as he is going to have one probe actively scouting his opponent, and his opponent looks like will be putting down a hatchery very soon, as he is going to have a lot of minerals. And meanwhile, at the natural expansion of Socke, he will have one gateway along with one pylon. This map does encourage a lot of two-base play because the second base, the natural expansion, is very easy for you to take. There's no set of destructible rocks here, and it is going to be on the high ground, and one drone is going to wait at the bottom of the ramp. This drone is going to try to prevent any sort of pylon along with cannon sort of pressure early game, and it looks like Socke is not going to be going for the cannon pressure, as he does have one gateway and lalush does spot it, but it looks like he is going to keep that drone there. Whether or not he forgot it, that is to be seen. There is going to be an extractor along with a spawning pool, and there's only going to be a nexus for our Protoss player. And the drone is getting some minerals, bringing it back to his base, and there is going to be 1, 2, 3, or 2 or 3. I think it's only 2. Ooh, there is going to be 3 drones on the gas line there, and he is going to be probably getting the metabolic boost for his Zerglings very soon. And this is an interesting choice by the Protoss player Socke. Most players would like to wall off with 1, 2, and maybe like a 3rd and 4th building over here to completely block off the ramp, and he is going to be trying to build it off a little bit behind, so he will have this ledge that is sort of exposed to his opponent. There's going to be one zealot along with 2 Zerglings coming out, and the cyber core is being constructed. As I was saying, this ledge is an interesting choice because it does allow the enemy to come in to this little section here, but of course you can always move in some units over here on the slightly higher ledge and be able to get free shots off of this. This may become the new standard of walling off on this map. It remains to be seen what strategies will work and what will not. Whereas there's one pro probably on his way to meet death, as some Zerglings are going to be chasing. They are faster on creep, and there is going to be some more creep. No, there is not going to be some more creep for them to run on. There's going to be one assimilator open, and the second one is going to be opening up as we take a look at the income tab for both these players. There is going to be a lot more gas at the moment for the Protoss player, as he is going to be saturating his second gas as well. The Protoss player also has 2 more of those probes than his opponent has SCVs, and his opponent is also going to be lalush, and he is going to be getting a spine crawl directly outside his base, and this probe only has 3 HP, does manage to make it out. And he is going to fall back here as one of the sentries will pop momentarily. Warp Gate is being researched, and surprisingly it is not being chrono boosted. He does have chrono boost on his Nexus and his other one as well. Both have around 39 or 40 energy, and he has not chosen to chrono boost anything, so he might be trying to go for a fast and early tech, and a chrono boost is being used on both the Nexus, so that way he is going to get his economy up a little bit faster than his opponent. His opponent already has, it seems like, 3 gases, and Socke only has 2 gases at this moment, and he is going to push out and kill off one of those Zerglings. And the income tab does reflect that both these players are very, very close. They're also going to be working on the 3rd gas momentarily, whereas Socke is not going to have the 3rd gas open, so he will be behind in terms of the gas income. And at this time, we see a hatchery then about 70% or so complete, and there's going to be a Stargate opening. Ooh, this is not a good sign for Socke, because Stargate don't really usually win against the Hydralisk then, because Hydralisks are, although they're weak units, they are great against air, and it appears air is what Socke is going after. Another extractor is going to be opening up, as there's going to be 3 extractors up and running and the 4th one coming, and there's only going to be the 3rd gas for the Protoss player. The income tab does show that the Protoss player is going to be slightly ahead, very, very slightly ahead in terms of minerals, but he is going to be severely behind in terms of gas, because he is going to be about 30% behind his opponent as long as he saturates all 3 of those drones on that line. Some scouting is going on, and if we take a look at each player's vision, he doesn't see too much. He sees one hatchery, another hatchery. He does not see the Hydralisk then that is hiding in the back of the base. And if we take a look at the vision of lalush, he sees 1 Nexus and 1 cyber core and 1 gateway and 1 forge, it appears. So both players not having the perfect information to go on. They're not having too much information at all, and there's going to be the Hydralisk then researching the +1 groove spines for the Hydralisk, as well as there looks like there's going to be 3 of those drones on the gas line. And the Phoenix comes over and will spot the bad news for Socke, and he is not going to cancel this Phoenix. I think it might be better for him to cancel and build something else. He is going to be opening 1 gateway along with a robotics facility. I believe the robotics facility did go up before. I think it might have been his intention to try to force Hydralisk even if he did not see any, but he is in a really bad position now. He has decided to throw scissors when his opponent is already shown rock, and the second Phoenix is coming out, and I guess he forgot about it. And there's only going to be 1 robotics facility inside. He's going to open up a second gateway for a total of 3 gateways inside of his base. There's going to be 2 cannon being placed on, and the only thing he has right now to save him from total destruction is a total of 6 sentries. Some sentries on the back, some sentries on the front, and this pylon is going to go down, but that's quite okay as the cannon is going to be powered from the back by those 2 pylons. And there's also going to be a robotics facility. More gateways are being opened. I think he needs to warp in a lot more of those sentries. Ooh, the sentries went too far and did get taken down. There's going to be 2 cannons being warped in. 1 cannon is getting taken down on the side there by one of those Hydras. And he is still trying to keep his opponent away, and more Hydras are being made at this moment by lalush, and Socke is trying to open some more stuffs and build more stuffs, as this is the impending doom. And the Hydras are still trying to get in. They are bumping into each other like a bunch of drunks at the club, and they simply can't get in, and they're going to come into the side. We'll be able to pick off the sentry possibly, and he almost picks off, and he does pick off 1 sentry there. And that will be 1 less force field for him to worry about. Finally, 2 Stalkers do emerge, and we'll be able to help him a little bit against these Hydralisks, I mean. And he is retreating slightly as the army size is at 91 to 91, almost exactly the same, but there's a lot more Hydralisks. There's a total of 18 Hydralisks, and some of them are moving across the middle of the map, so I think he might be going for a 2-prong attack here. But he does have Socke does have some sentry in the front as well, so he could cut it off if he has the timing just right. There's going to be 2 robotics facility making those Colossus full time, and at any time there's going to be a Spire going down and finishing up, and we might see some Mutalisks as well. And the 3rd base is being expanded by lalush at this moment, and he does have total map control. And I think he is going to go for the kill here, as he is going to send those Hydralisks up and running, and 2 very good force fields cutting off only 2 of those Hydras. And 1 Hydra is on the side, and he should probably get up on the high ground and start shooting that Hydra. The sentry is really forward, and he does get cut off by his own Zealot. And there's also going to be some Hydra charging up in the back, and these Hydras are coming inside, and they're working on the cannons, it appears. And he does lose some of those Hydras, not the best of charges there. He did manage to lose all of his units at the front of the gate, and these Zealots will be able to hold him off long enough for him to come back here with some of those Stalkers. And the units lost tab does show a significant advantage for Socke, as he's gotten a lot of those Hydras killed off. His opponent, however, does have the 3rd base coming very, very soon, and it is going to pop momentarily. The army size is going to be at 126 versus 86. He does have a lot of units. He will be pushing forward here. He is probably going to kill off some of these overlords, possibly supply blocking his opponent, and it looks like he will not be able to, as he does have a lot of those overlords. And at this moment, lalush is, I think, in a little bit of a panic mode here, as he doesn't have that many units. He only has 5 Hydras and about 8 Mutalisks, and the Colossus are inside his base. The Colossus are roasting up these drones. The 1 drone, ooh, that was only 1 drone, 2 drones, and that was, I think, only a total of 3 drones. And the Hydralisks along with the Mutalisks are coming in here, and the drones are getting killed off by the Colossus, and that is really, really good play there by Socke, not really focusing on the army of his opponent, knowing that his army is going to be very, very weak, and these Colossus are going to help him take the game, possibly, as some more Zerglings are coming out. The Zerglings won't really help too much against the Colossus. I think that was more of a panic decision, and these Hydralisks are dying very quickly to the sweep of the Colossus, and he probably will be able to take down this hatchery as well. There's some Immortals coming out versus some Zerglings and Hydras, and lalush has got a GG out of here, and it looks like he just left. And he leaves with a comment, "Hey, I'm Protoss, I can open entirely raw and defend with 3 sentry." That's actually entirely true. He had 6 sentries, and this is GG Your Face. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to me at youtube.com/GGYourFace. Thanks for watching. See you guys at the next game.